So brother, we are back, today with part 3 of the speed cubing series. In today's video, we will learn how we can memorize algorithms. A lot of people have trouble with the last layer algorithms like orientation of the last layer and permutation of the last layer, which you will obviously learn in the upcoming parts. But before that, you need to learn how you can actually memorize algorithms. Some people, when they see an algorithm like the one above. Alright, if you don't know how to read this algorithm, then go watch my previous video. The link to the Speed Cubing series playlist is in the description. In the finger tricks video, I have taught you how to read this algorithm. Some people just see the algorithm and keep applying it on the cube again and again. After a while, they end up memorizing it. But this is a very time-consuming procedure. It's not very efficient, and it's also not recommended. The techniques I'm going to tell you, based on some triggers and moves, will help you memorize an algorithm in less than a minute. Alright, now some people will ask what a trigger move is. Well, it's nothing complicated. The first trigger move is RU, which you guys have known since childhood. Since the day you learned how to solve the cube, by the way. This is our third video in the Learn Speed Cubing series, where we are teaching speed cubing. How can you solve the cube in 10 or 11 seconds? Check out the playlist, it's in the description. First is RU. By the way, what is this move called? This move is called, actually its name is the sexy algorithm or sexy move. People call it anything, but in this video we won't use that word. We'll call it righty elk, okay? The short form is righty elk, which means RU. Alright, we'll talk about these triggers later. First, let's talk about even smaller triggers. You guys must be thinking, is there an even smaller trigger? I mean, RU is just 4 moves. What could be smaller than that? Let me tell you about basic inserts. Now, what are basic inserts? This pair, just consider this as a pair. This is a pair. If you solve the cube using the beginner's method, then consider this as a corner. If you solve it with F12, then consider it as a pair. If you have to insert this corner or pair here, then how will you do it? RUR. This is a trigger, and this trigger is used in almost every algorithm. I'll give you examples of this later on as well. The second trigger is, for example, if this corner has to go here and this is its edge, then this can be a pair. Anyway, if this corner has to go here, how will we insert it? RUR. This is the second trigger. You guys will say, man, this is so easy, and now the third trigger is even easier than this. The third trigger is this. Consider this our corner, or you can consider it a pair, and we have to insert it here. This pair has to go right between blue and orange, so we'll insert it directly from here. RU2R, we have to send it here. RU2R. These were the 3 types of basic inserts, and these are the triggers. These 3 are used so much in algorithms that you can't even imagine. Let me give you an example, like if we get such a case in orientation of the last layer, or when we're matching edges, I'll show you from there, so it becomes even easier for you. When 2 of our edges match like this, and 2 are left, we keep 1 at the back and 1 on the right like this. We apply this algorithm, that is RUR, RU2R. Now, until now, you guys have been learning this by just looking at it, but if we try to understand it intuitively, what's actually happening here? This pair comes out with RUR. It moves forward once. And now from here, we do a direct insert with RU2R, and that matches all our edges. Well, so far we've talked about basic inserts. Now we'll talk about how we can take this pair out. I mean, how we can take it out. That's not our main topic. Our main point is that we need trigger moves, which are used in every algorithm, and we'll remember the algorithm based on those triggers. Just wait 2 more minutes while we talk about triggers, then I'll teach you the algorithms as well. It's very simple that if we want to take this out, it will come out with the RUR move. This has come out, let me repeat, RUR. This has come out. If we break it and take it out, what will we do? RU prime, R prime. It has come out after breaking. Let me repeat, RU prime, R prime. This was the second trigger. If you have understood these 45 triggers, then you will be able to understand the next part very easily. Anyway, we were talking about the righty algorithm, RUR prime, U prime. Who doesn't know this? But there is an opposite version of this, which we call inverse sexy. I think sexy will be easier. Now, if this is the name that's been given, what can we do about it? Alright, so again, RUR prime, U prime, that's sexy. And exactly the opposite, URU prime, R prime, that's called inverse sexy. URU prime, R prime. If we try to intuitively understand this algorithm and this trigger, we're actually inserting this pair here, URU prime, R prime. This trigger is used so much, there's really no limit to it. The next trigger, I think after the sexy move, is the world's greatest trigger, or if we talk about the second most used trigger, it's the sledgehammer, which is RFRF. Let me repeat, RFRF. This is used so much, there's really no limit to it. If you memorize these triggers that I've told you so far, you can memorize any algorithm in the world in the field of cubing. Just like I mentioned a little while ago that the inverse of the sexy move is sexy. In the same way, the inverse of the sledgehammer is the hedge slammer. The moves of the sledgehammer are reversed, and that becomes our hedge slammer. We call it the hedge slammer, which is FRFR. Let me repeat, FRFR. These algorithms or these moves are used a lot, really a lot. And now we have our last trigger. All the triggers we've learned so far, I think there are 6 in total, not more than that, maybe 6 or 7. If you memorize these, you'll remember any algorithm. Now here's the trigger I'm going to share. This has been especially used in 3 algorithms, V pump, N pump, and G pumps. And as you go further, you'll learn that people can execute it and solve the cube in 11 to 12 seconds. I'll explain that in the upcoming videos. But I would say you guys should memorize that trigger too, because it's just 4 moves. Man, what happened? It's something like this. Ra'u, ra'u. It's very easy. Ra'u, ra'u, ra'u. If you guys practice this trigger, just keep doing it while sitting idle, keep doing it on the cube, there will come a time when you'll get the hang of it. In the same way, you only have to remember the triggers I've told you so far, nothing else. If you guys become the masters of these triggers, it means that by looking at this, you know that this is the trigger move RUR, which means you guys have learned the trigger move. If you guys have learned this trigger move, then you can memorize any algorithm in the world. Now we will look at some examples. First, we will look at the soon case example again, a case like this that you will learn later in orientation of the last layer and permutation of the last layer. But here I am not teaching algorithms. Here I am teaching you how to memorize algorithms. The algorithm is written, and it's okay to apply it by looking at the algorithm, but intuitively, what is happening? We have to take this corner out. Move this pair forward once with R, U, R, and now directly insert this pair here with R, U, R. That's better. In this case, let me say again, I'm just teaching you how to remember the algorithms, not the algorithms themselves, okay? I'm explaining the technique for memorizing them. So let's ignore these cases for now. If we want to bring yellow to the top, what should we do? If you already know the algorithm, it's easy, but intuitively, what's happening? First, turn the front layer once, then do the sexy move 3 times, RU, 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 and then return the front layer back. Some people might find it difficult to memorize the algorithm just by looking at it, but intuitively, isn't the sexy move so easy? How often is it used in a case? At times like this, if you want to bring yellow to the top, what do you do in such a case? 1 time sexy move, 1 time sledgehammer, yellow comes to the top, that means sledgehammer. Just a little while ago, what we were called RF, man. It's so easy. People just think cubing is difficult for no reason, but it's not. Now this is the dot case. People think it's very difficult. This case is called the dot case. Bringing yellow to the top has a very long algorithm, but if it's this dot case and you want to bring yellow to the top, what do? First, we turn the front layer and do the sexy move, then bring the front layer back. After that, we turn the 2 front layers, do the sexy move again, and bring it back. What was difficult about it? Why do you get scared ahead? Why do you get scared? When we learn algorithms later, these things will help you a lot. Anyway, here we talked about some orientation of the last layer algorithms. Now we'll talk about some PLLs. There's an algorithm called YPerm. People get scared just hearing its name, like, man, such a long algorithm. If this situation comes up, how do we do permutation of the last layer? Again, we're not learning the algorithm, we're learning how to remember the algorithm. I'm telling you all, remember intuitively possible algorithms. Just listen to this algorithm, I'll explain it in the upcoming videos. What's their purpose? Just watch for now. Like, this is YPerm, so we can memorize the algorithm by studying it too, maybe in 10 days, but if we look at it intuitively, what's actually happening? First, the front layer is being turned. F is being done. After that, this pair is being inserted here. This pair is being fixed here with R, U, R. That's fine. After that, do U once. Now we have to take this pair out again and return the front layer that we turned earlier. And now we learned this orientation of the last layer case a little while ago. One time sexy move, one time sledgehammer. Intuitively. Do it. There's still time. You'll regret it later, bro. Who could have thought it would be this easy, man? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Then I turned the front layer, did F, inserted this pair here, then took this pair out again, fixed this layer, did F, one time sexy move, one time sledgehammer, Y pump solve. I had heard you have to memorize a really long algorithm, but there's nothing like that. Similarly, there's an algorithm called JB pump, and this is the kind of situation it comes up in. So how do we solve this? Again, I'm just teaching you how to learn the algorithms. The reason I'm repeating this is because some people might get confused about when this situation will come up and how we'll solve it. Don't worry about this now, you'll get it in the next videos. I've already mentioned this several times. Alright, in such a situation, the algorithm might look scary, but if I'm here, then what's there to worry about? What do you guys need to do? Take this pair out with R, U, R, then do F prime once. That means first you take out this pair, and after that, you do F prime. Now do the sexy move once. R, U, R, U, you've done the sexy move. Now you have to bring this cross piece over here. We learned to insert the pair again with R, right? Remember, taking out the pair is a trigger. Inserting the pair is RU trigger. Yes, that's it. It's all about the triggers. Alright, today I won't make things any easier for you guys. Because we're not here to learn algorithms again, we're here to learn how to remember the algorithm intuitively, not just the algorithm itself. Not by rote memorization. Leave those old methods behind. Those are things of the past. Everything is modern now. Anyway, we're ending today's video here. If you guys haven't joined the speed cubing series yet, you'll find the link in the playlist at the top. Go ahead and join it. This is the third video. In the first, we learned to solve the cube. In the second, we learned the finger trick. I mean, some people turn the cube like this, but we don't turn it like that. We turn it like this, so I explained how we can turn it this way. In the video on finger tricks and in today's video, we learned how to memorize algorithms. God willing, in the next video, we will talk about 2-look orientation of the last layer and 2-look permutation of the last layer. Okay, now some people will ask, what is 2-look orientation of the last layer and 2-look permutation of the last layer? Well, it's an excellent method to solve the last layer in 5 seconds. Right now, it might take you 10, 20, or even 30 seconds with the beginner's method. But if you learn 2-look orientation of the last layer and 2-look permutation of the last layer, which you can learn in a day, then after that, you will be able to solve your last layer in 5 to 10 seconds from the very first day. And as you keep practicing, it can even go below 5 seconds. This is possible. So, we will talk about improving the last layer in the upcoming videos. After that, in the same way, we will learn F2L advanced cross, advanced orientation of the last layer, 1-look permutation of the last layer, and there are many more things which I will teach you like this. Now, you don't have to learn algorithms. Now, everything is intuitive. So, that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Goodbye.